Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pro Crastinators podcast. I'm the best guy ever, and we've got Tom Oliver.
I'm here, the Pokemon Master forever. That's me.
Indeed. We got Mage.
I lied. I'm here again, still this year. Hello.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How unfortunate. Give and Take is righto around the corner here.
Oh, it's not give and take, it's me, Endless Jess. I'm back from popular demand.
Finally. Our
Finally.
shitty commenters will be so happy.
I'm so fucking cool, haha.
Speaking of shitty commenters, there's Ben Saint, everybody.
See, communist, the communist daughter. You know that song? It's a good song.
I do. Neutral Milk.
Neutral
so,
milk. Yeah, good old
speaking
neutral
briefly-
milk.
I
Speaking
prefer the
briefly of
Russian
Endless
gentleman.
Jess, did you see that Endless Jess met ICP?
Whoa,
Yes,
when?
on Instagram. I saw that picture that he uploaded.
What?
Yeah.
The
way.
man.
I don't know the situation, like what leading up to it. I really would like him to be online at all so we could talk about it because it's really cool.
Yeah, I would love to hear the story behind that. I mean, he probably just went to a show where they were, and then,
No,
they're not
maybe.
like A-list celebrities, so they probably mingle a little bit. But
fucking
not to slight
Apparently
against
he
the
had
Dark
like
Carnival, of course.
like a bunch of his raps on like a thing and he gave it to them.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's sick. I hope they collab in an
Yeah.
epic way.
God, can you imagine? The world would implode because they're just too
I still
good.
remember. I'm sure everyone remembers this, but the legendary video. Oh shit, what's his name? Not Violent J. The big fat one. Mad Mike. I can't remember.
Mike
but he did
Krahulik.
whatever
Mike
it is.
Matei?
Silent
Mike
Bob.
Matei. I think that's it. That guy did with his daughter, who's a furry. That video about what was it, like snake catchers or snake wranglers, because someone had produced a shittily
on.
produced
I thought-
fursuit that his daughter bought.
I thought Violent J was the big guy.
I could be wrong. That might be Violent J.
Is this
And
a
the other
Sweet Bro
one's-
and Hella Jeff situation where I thought Sweet Bro was the guy in red the whole time? Oh no, the Grand
That was
Blue.
very confusing for a while. In any case, they made this video. I'm sure we can find it, where he and his daughter made a video together. His daughter is a furry, and was in fursuit the entire time and was
Jesus.
talking shit about a fursuit manufacturer who sent them a fursuit of dubious quality.
Yeah, I remember
Right.
seeing
They were
that.
exposing them.
That was
Yeah.
it was adorable because he's like,
It is adorable.
don't fuck with my daughter. He didn't say fuck because he's
Don't fuck my daughter. Every
Don't-
father.
it's
Never.
just sort of like standing up for his girl. It's really cute.
It was
I
adorable. It
vaguely
was, in
remember
fact,
that.
adorable.
That was a while ago, though, wasn't it?
I mean, that was years ago that was made, but it keeps popping up recently.
2001.
And,
That's some evergreen content for sure.
my mind is very much at end of the decade. Like, what are the pinnacle moments? What are the hinges upon which the decade turned? And I think the release of that video was absolutely one of them. There was a big change in the world when that happened. The furries and the juggalos united, and there was no stopping them once they combined their forces. Indeed.
The lowest dregs of society finally combining their power, becoming a force we can no longer ignore.
Hey,
Are you
watch
guys
it.
feeling-
those aren't the lowest?
Go
There's
lower.
lower. We can go lower.
As the
Such
decade
you guys-
progressed, we learned that. But at the time,
That's
thought
true.
we've hit the bottom of the barrel.
Guys, please, you're worse than this. You can.
Yeah.
You can. This is above you. You can do worse. I believe it.
So, speaking of worse, are you guys feeling much Christmas spirit yet? Are you
I am
feeling,
very excited.
Getting gifts and whatnot?
Oh, I haven't got anything for
I-
anyone.
I'm so
not
poor.
really-
Christmas just causes me stress. I'm just like,
That's
do I?
understandable.
Am I a bad
Same.
friend or am I a broke friend? I guess I'm gonna find out
Why not
soon.
both?
Yeah, you know.
I mean, once they
you
know the
are
rules,
an art
yeah.
friend, so you can do art for people instead.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems.
The
like such a
tragic
cop-out,
reality
though.
is, Ben and I had this agreement from a long time ago that we wouldn't buy each other gifts just to, cancel it out, which is fine, and I stand by. But unfortunately, Michelle went ahead and bought things for Ben, so I mean, I don't know if we count as one individual or not, but
Fucking it all up.
yeah, she's really fucked it. Although I did buy something recently. I think I might give it to Grace because I didn't realize it had already been gotten for Ben, but I did find something very nice that I think will be very enjoyable for someone, some lucky boy or girl under the Christmas tree.
boy.
I still want to buy a Christmas tree for my apartment.
You still
here.
haven't bought one? Hurry, Nate.
No,
Time's
I've been
running
lazy.
out.
Today might be the day. We're gonna go out shopping after we record
Send
this
pictures,
to like
send
do
pictures.
some. Sure. If we get that set up. Although the one thing I'm worried about is Sesho destroying it and ripping it to
no.
shreds. So
Yeah, that's always
we
the
might need to
thing.
buy a table or something to put it on so we can't reach it.
Our-
Just the other day, he somehow reached a loaf of bread on a table that he is not tall enough to reach. So it must be was dangling over the side or something. And that loaf was no more when he got his hands on it. And I'll never forgive him for that.
Oh, I thought you meant Sesho was no more.
Oh yes,
We
as
banished
a
him
result
for
of
the
his
Shadow Realm
betrayal.
for that offense.
Don't touch my bread.
Speaking of Christmas trees, I want to show you guys
Yeah,
my
yeah.
friend's Christmas tree. She found like some light bulbs, like lights, ancient lights in her parents' house, I think, or something like that, or aunt's house, and she plugged it in, and this is how her room looked.
Whoa, that's a powerful light.
She
That
said
is Magecore.
Whoa.
Yeah, she said
that's
she's not
rowdy
gonna-
as hell.
she's not gonna use the lights because it like blinded her. But I was like,
What
oh,
a coward.
if only she could give it to me because I want those lights.
I like it.
You know, the
glows
what like
ominously.
90% or like 99% of the Christmas spirit is just seeing things illuminated by colored light rather
Yes,
than white light.
yes.
Like I have some blue lights in like the dining room, and it just changes the atmosphere so much. It's like cool blue lights twinkling, twinkling.
I want twinkly lights. I want glittery lights. I want glitter. I like Christmas. It's so pretty.
I also love it. Driving down the street now and just seeing the Christmas lights on houses and trees out front, it does a lot to bolster
Yeah.
my spirit.
It's fairly epic.
My neighbors are decorating their balconies with like twinkly lights, and they have put their Christmas trees on their balconies, and it's just so pretty. And I'm like, oh, look at that! Oh, a new one! Hey, Fighter, look, a new one!
You know, I think there's a thing. As a young man, I never understood this, but I think that, like, okay, engaging in these kind of cultural activities does take more than zero effort. But the benefit is that it just gives you a stat buff of intelligence and wisdom and dexterity.
Does
Yes,
It's
I
one of
think
those.
so.
Well, it's a peer,
So it's worth it.
It's
It's
a
worth
peer
it.
pressure buff.
Shit, I
like,
can't-
it's not like you can
Yeah.
put up Christmas decorations any time of the year and get the same feeling. You have to be
Indeed.
one with many.
So I should expend a few bucks, get that tree, buy a couple of ornaments, set it up, and it'll just make life nicer for me. It's 10 days till Christmas or so and then I'm sure we'll have it up for a while afterward. I was even thinking of there's like a railing up to my apartment. I was thinking of buying a set of Christmas lights and just winding it around the railing up there. Oh, I bet that'd be nice. Maybe I'll do that. How much is a Christmas light set? Like less than $10? That's worth like less than $10 to do something like that.
I don't know.
I don't
I've
know.
always just used whatever lights we have from many
Buying
many
lights
years
is for
ago.
suckers.
Oh, I remembered the lights from my family Christmas tree. They haven't been used in a while, I don't think, because my mom always comes over to the UK. So I think for grandma they set up like a mini Christmas tree nowadays. I wonder. Yeah, they give away all the it used to in Lithuania at least they used to have like not like the ornaments for the Christmas tree, they're now like round balls nowadays, but like they used to be like very different shapes. Like I remember there was like a squirrel and like a pine cone and like a little Santa Claus, stuff like that. They're really detailed and really pretty ones and really colorful ones. I'm really sad they all standardized to just make round balls. I mean, it's easier now, but I kind of miss those decorations.
Yeah, I've still.
Yeah, that's fair.
My parents have got like a bunch of old-fashioned like pine cones and like gold snowflakes with glitter and ornaments, like a tiny wooden train on a string,
Oh, that's cute.
all that sort of stuff. Ye old chisel Santa Claus, back when he didn't have a computer.
I remember fondly the setting up the Christmas tree in my house with my folks, and I'm looking forward. Gonna spend a couple of days around Christmas at the fam's place. It's gonna be nice. I haven't seen those guys in a while. It's probably been, I guess, not a full year since I was last home, but it's good. It's always enjoyable. And for my main Christmas present that I asked for my parents, I just asked, guys, please just help me pay for my ticket because I don't care about anything. I just want to not lose as much money every month as I have been.
I need to
that would
justify
be just
seeing
wonderful.
you all financially, so just pay for the trips. I don't have to be burdened with coming
Yeah,
to see
and plus, me being there, sharing my sparkling personality with them is the gift that they really want anyway.
Your
so
presence
it's
is
a
your
win-win.
present.
Exactly, Mage. Well said.
I used
Anything exciting happening around Christmas? Anybody doing anything exciting or
Oh.
dope?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna say like the whole Christmas spirit thing. I've been feeling it less and less every year. There was a few years ago where I was like, oh no, I'm jaded and I'm not like giddy about the idea of stuff. But I think it's like I don't worry about that so much anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's just fine. It's just another day, another month in the year. But it's just a little, you know, you do a little thing and it's like it's not a big deal. But I've gotten over the fact that it's no longer a big deal.
yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
I
for-
feel
Right.
more or less similarly.
For me, I just like visiting my family since I don't see them very often. And this year I'm super excited because I'm actually getting like a really good gift for my dad, and I'm really excited to see my dad happy because my dad is very, very stoic and he like rarely smiles or just like talks or much or anything. So like I
Do
want
you want to share with us what it is? Or
yeah,
is that
yeah,
too
okay.
much of
So I got a new
Excellent.
computer, but my old computer is still fine, and my dad's computer is ass. So I delivered to my sister my old computer, and before I delivered it, I completely wiped my computer, and I installed
All
a very
traces of
very
degeneracy.
very legal Steam not required a copy of Doom. Because I think I told you
Yes,
before
yes.
that me and my dad bonded over Doom when I was little. So I got
Yeah.
him that, and yeah, and it's shipped over, and like his old computer can't run any games. Like it's just so ass. The way
Jesus
he
Christ.
has to turn on the computer is to connect two wires together. That's how bad the computer is.
this is like a fucking Apple II or something. Jesus Christ.
It's awful. So I'm really excited to get him like a really good computer. Like because my old computer it was still good, but the thing is because I used it so much, it would sometimes crash for me. And it had some other problems here and there, but I don't think my dad
Now
will
they're
face
dad's
these issues.
problems.
No, they won't. I don't think he will face those issues because he actually doesn't play that many games. All he uses this computer to watch movies, and my computer is fine when I'm just watching stuff. And
Well, see, yeah, I mean, just as Gib was saying, I think as you get older, we're all adults now and we're running our own lives mostly. Now that we're older, it's not about getting the stuff anymore. Now it's just about the experience of spending time with folks, not worrying about shit. And yeah, that's what I'm looking
I'm
forward
just
to.
happy I'm finally able to give gifts this year.
That is nice.
I'm prepared. Like my family was like, "Oh, you know what? We decided not to give gifts." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, sure."
Boo.
and I'm sending gifts. It's like a surprise. I don't want anything
Gonna
from them.
pump
I don't
your
really
bubble
need
wearing
anything
them.
from them. I just want to give gifts and see them happy and
You know,
and
I
say
don't know if
happy.
you guys feel. I assume I get the vibe that most of you guys feel similarly, but like I have a very select set of rules as to who I'm required to give gifts to every season, and anyone outside that bubble, like all you guys, you're getting nothing. I don't give a fuck. I don't
yeah.
care. My friends get nothing. My obligatory family members, I'm forced to buy them things, and I almost appreciate being forced to give them something. Because then it's like, whatever. We all feel happy. Giving gifts is nice, et cetera, et cetera. But I'll never go like outside of the people I have to give gifts to, which is weird. Because like Michelle, for example, she just like gives gifts to friends, and every time she buys, I'm like, this is so
perverse.
baffling to me that you would choose to engage in commerce for no purpose other than to give that thing away to someone else.
It's
Well,
a-
mind-boggling.
some people have these weird things called feelings, and
I don't
these
understand
feelings
it at all.
make them do things that seem on the surface irrational, but aren't actually.
There's got to be a game being played here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's how to win
What's
friends,
she
influence
gets
people, something.
she gets a dose of what's it, dopamine or something?
Gets that
like
dopamine,
Dopamine,
spike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all selfish.
She's
at
an
the end of the
addict.
day.
She's
Yeah, that's it. Pretty much. Well, it's degeneracy, and I don't condone it.
If I
or
had
approve of it.
actual disposable income, I would get gifts for people.
I would
when
as well.
I
back
mean, if
in
I
the
was
day,
like a fucking millionaire, I guess I'd consider
back in the day
it.
when I had a decent amount of money, I got my family and like some of my friends like fucking stacked gifts. I'm just like, yeah, I got money. Let's do it. Let's get some actual dope shit. And it felt like I was a god because I engendered favors, subtly, because it's just like I've done this great thing and you did not meet my level, so now you feel obligated to return the favor at some point in the future. That was not why I did it, but it is a convenient side effect.
Indeed it is. And that is a good thing to do. But, I mean, the best situation of all is when you can get, like, a meaningful or really good gift that still isn't worth a lot of money. Like, I think this was actually for my dad's birthday years ago. I think it was my idea. It might have been my mom's. But in any case, I think that me and, like, I think Ben and Grace and also my mom maybe, like, split this with me. What we got was just, like, a ticket for my dad to go to like a racetrack and race like a Maserati or like a Ferrari or something, and he would just like get to drive it around a track for a couple of laps or something. It was like an event that like people were doing, and he very much enjoyed that one. So that I like by breaking it down so that I think we all paid for a piece of it.
We all split it.
It wasn't
that bad.
Me and Biter from his mother received 1 year tickets to the play Cats. And that was a cool experience. Yes. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I haven't been to a play.
Was that performed by me by any chance at my high school performance of Cats? Is that the one?
No. It was like in London or something. Yeah, I was in London. It was really cool. It was great. I loved it, and I said we should go again to a different play sometime, and we never went since.
Dogs.
Yes, dogs.
The much maligned sequel. Yes.
Yeah, but that also because I saw the play. Now I'm sort of like excited, sort of scared for that movie coming out, the Cats movie. Have you?
Well, I mean, it looks terrible.
It looks
I mean,
very weird. Yes, but I mean, maybe the songs are good.
The songs are good. They're always good. But they are the same songs from the musical that we've all heard 1,000 times.
Unless
Memory, all alone in the moonlight. Yeah, I heard it. I've heard that song. Enough, movie. Enough.
Never enough of that song.
No, thank
I don't want any more memories of the song. That's enough. Thank you very much.
Back to Christmas, though. I usually just give gifts to my parents, and like maybe I draw something for my friends if I have the time. Sadly, this year I don't have much of a time. But it's not like they give me gifts back anyway, so it's fine. I'm not obligated. But there's this one friend that I really desperately wish I could give a gift, and the only gift I really want to give her is a Switch, because I would buy her a game, but her laptop absolutely sucks, and she can't play many games on it. And we, the way we met with this friend, it was we kind of bonded over Pokemon, and she can't get Pokemon, this gen Pokemon, even though she kind of wants to. And I doubt she'll get a Switch anytime soon, or just like ever, because of her income. She's also like one of the her only income is art. And she's a really good artist. She's so much more talented than I will ever be.
You say so.
But like she doesn't earn enough to afford a Switch or to justify a Switch until like it goes on sale, which will be never. So I just I really wish I could afford to get her a Switch, even a Switch Lite, just something for her to play Pokemon on. Just because I want her to be happy and play Pokemon. That's all I want.
Just as a thought, is it possible to perhaps split the cost with other like-minded friends who might want to invest?
We don't really have... I guess we have one friend in common, but I don't think it's possible. The other friend we have in common, she kind of has a family and a child and stuff, so I don't really feel good about asking her to spend a lot of money on a thing.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
Well, no Christmas for them, I guess. Fuck them. They don't get anything.
They're off the hook.
I'm tempted to just send her some money for her savings at least.
Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. You could even say for the Switch fund or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Things like that.
I
remember. I think a couple Christmases
ago. You should get her
just
the game and no Switch.
No,
and
that would
pressure
be
her.
Epic.
No.
Pressure her and force her to spend her own
Here's
money.
Pokemon. Wouldn't it be great if you could play it with me?
Yeah. Nudge, asshole.
She can. Here's Pokemon to play, and you see her like sewing little dresses to put around the cartridge of Pokemon Sun and Moon, little tea sets where she can set up her little cards.
Oh no! I sold my Switch to buy you this Pokemon game.
No.
What do we do?
Well, all right, that's it. Christmas
There's no
is canceled.
winning Christmas. There's just no way to succeed.
So what else is on people's minds? This has pretty much been dominating my thoughts as I'm trying to crank out some videos and buy
I'm trying not to think about
gifts. Yeah.
I've been playing Slime Rancher. Thanks, Ben.
Oh, that's I also wait. Did we talk about this on the last episode?
No,
How
not
I've
an
been playing-
episode on the stream on the
Oh, it was on
Heckles for
Shekels for Heckles. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've been playing Slime Rancher. I've been getting my fucking drones set up. They're so good. I got the advanced drones now. I unlocked them.
Oh, that's great. Like I haven't
Speaking of the
gotten
stream,
those
though, for
yet.
this Christmas, give the gift that really matters. Pledge for your friend to be able to play the PCP Minecraft server for only $5 a month. You could just give us a down payment of like $100, and we'll just keep that going for a while. That would be
How many
actually.
months is that?
We're not
That's a
going to
lot
do
of
that
months.
actually. That is a lot of months.
Pokemon or
a lot
Pixelmon
of
was really
Minecraft.
fun. The stream is really fun. What do we do? How often do we do them?
At least once a month.
Right now, we're doing it about once a month, but
We should,
you know,
I
we
think-
should
do
do
more.
twice a month. I think that'd be cool.
I think the community has asked, and I will deliver like next year.
Mm-hmm.
By next year, I mean January. They want to have like sort of like a champion of the server, so have like a Pokemon battle and decide who's the champion. And
Oh,
they get
yeah,
they get
yeah.
to keep the title for a week, and then people can challenge them for the title. And once they win, they get the title for the week and stuff.
That's a cool
No,
one.
Excellent idea.
So I was
I'm way
thinking
into
of
it.
having the tournament and during the time we're streaming, so people can see the tournament if that's okay.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I know that I hadn't seen the construction, but I know some of the people are building like an Elite Four stadium somewhere or like an Indigo Plateau
Yeah.
for the purposes
Hell
of this.
yeah.
So that would be fucking sick.
Gotta go build my team.
Also,
I haven't
a
done,
similar
like,
title
any
for
work
like
on that.
just PvP, and I might have to build a PvP arena in the Nether. But yeah, so like those two titles are gonna happen on January.
How
Heard
exciting.
it here first, folks.
Now's the perfect
All
chance.
these things you could be experiencing firsthand. Give us your money.
For only the low price of $5 per month. Patreon.com/PCBMinecraft, everybody. I mean, the stream was like fucking yesterday or the day before or whatever, and it was a
If
great
you want to
time.
give
It was
us a
fun.
Christmas present, give us the present of your patronage.
Very true.
I actually I stuck around for like several hours afterwards streaming on my Twitch. Just
What were you
just
doing?
grinding out levels and leveling up my
Or did you
Leveling
use
up
the
my-
crew house?
Yeah, I did.
E.
Those two
Oh, sick.
that guy with all blissies is so good.
Oh, I
It's
did.
amazing.
Oh yeah, Blisses, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, speaking of streams and Pokemon, the official
Oh, no.
Pokemon Heart Gold BGE Nuzlocke
Okay,
has
that's
begun,
right.
everybody. That's all. I'm
What'd you
just
think it
saying
was gonna
Tuesday.
be?
Oh yeah, let's
No,
get into Pokemon. Let's discuss it
no.
endlessly. I'm
Alright,
just
speaking of-
saying
I'm
that
just
the
being
Nuzlocke
Speaking of
cool.
is
video
going, and
games.
at Tuesdays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's great. Name Pokemon, donate
Yeah,
to me
whatever.
money. I mean,
Yeah,
what's the
let's all-
downside here?
the-
Nothing.
The spirit
There
of
you go.
giving money all the time in every way
Giving money to
possible.
me.
The spirit of shilling. The spirit of shit.
You heard it.
Speaking of shilling,
Yeah.
Davoo
Yeah.
has a new game out. I don't know whether you talked about
Yes.
it last
Oh
week.
yeah.
I was amazed. I think I'm gonna play that on Twitch tonight.
It's quite a short game,
how-
but it's very brain
check it out.
teasery.
Okay.
Sounds cool.
Brain teaser.
You know, I had one issue. I was wondering if you guys had this when I first loaded up the game. By the way,
Chamber
what's the
of
name of
Hex.
it? I can't remember. That's
I don't
right,
give
Chamber of
none.
Hex. When I was
As in
playing it,
HEX?
yes.
that's correct. I had an issue with like a driver, like I was missing something. I had to download whatever, a DLL or something, whatever. I fixed that, but then when I was playing it, I just wasn't getting any music, so I just stopped. I was like, I gotta fix this problem before I play this game, because the music is one of the major features, and I couldn't do it, so I just decided I'd play it later. Anybody else have that issue when playing it?
No.
I don't know.
But
I haven't played
No?
it, so I
Well.
wouldn't know.
Just me, I guess. Okay, well, in any case, I did really like it, and I wanted to play more, so I'm gonna fix that as soon as possible and then finish it. 'Cause I got maybe
I
halfway
beat
through.
it.
I just
Very cool art.
I have a question. It's like you changed your profile picture to that Digimon I linked.
it's a Digimon.
You
Yeah, I
liked it.
really like it.
It was a Digimon.
Yeah.
I thought it looked like a fucking like baby form Digimon, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's a
Well, let's dive into the lore, though.
YukimiBotamon.
What's
Okay.
I'll link it.
YumiBotamon?
YukimiBotamon. Yeah.
Right now, I have
Okay.
it as on both my screens, my desktop wallpaper stretched to fill. And so the big,
Yeah.
it's such a big happy face looking at me at all times.
Digimon is sick.
Good.
Unironically great.
I'm trying to see what it
I've been playing
digivolves
a
into.
mobile game of Digimon, unofficial one.
Oh yeah, that came out a while, not a
It evolves
super
into
long time ago, a little
Nyatamon.
while ago.
It's considered a species of Botamon.
Right,
okay,
before we go off
which
on
is- oh
like
god,
nothing, just to mention,
Sure.
go check out Chamber of Hex. It's free. It's a video game. It's good. It's short
Yeah,
and it's
Do it.
It's got the same as chiaroscuro music that Davoo's worked with on his previous game. Really good musician man as well. It's good. Have a fun time with it.
Ah, good. Okay, I see Mage post a thing about the Digivolve forums, by the way. But I've got to say, it looks like it can Digivolve into this beautiful creature known as Ponchomon through one of its Digivolutions. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's a win. That's a win.
God.
Reminds me of the based character King Tacos from One Piece. What a legendary character that guy is.
Digimon is so good. God damn.
I like the idea of Digimon. I like how there's no rhyme or reason between the Digivolutions, and it can Digivolve.
I'm not a fan of that, as it happens. It seems pretty arbitrary and dumb. Like they're not thinking about it.
No, but it makes sense because see, they're data, and you can shape data in whatever which way, and you can evolve into very different
true.
things.
I mean that Pokemon are also data essentially. I mean, I know, in lore, yeah, sure. But, I don't even disagree that Digimon are, crazy and random.
Basically, every Digimon's like Eevee. They're just completely malleable.
Well, plus there's a thing in, I forget, it's there's, with Digimon, there's a vaccine, virus, and data or whatever, there's the types, and they can change between them or something. So there's some kind of system for how
and they also have elemental attacks as well, so there's a bit of play between the things. So it's neat.
Has anyone played a good Digimon game in the last 10 years?
The DS
do they
ones
even
are pretty
exist?
good.
Yeah.
The
new ones for PS4, PS Vita.
Cyber Sleuth or Cyber
Yeah.
I've heard good things about
Yeah,
them. I have
Cyber
not
Sleuth.
played it. I'm
They're
more of a
also available on
Digimon
the
Switch
show
now.
quite
guy.
well designed.
They're available on
game.
the Switch now. So just letting you know, you can
Another game
play.
your friend can't play. Ha ha!
Stop.
No, the Digimon show series and stuff. I remember watching episode 1 to 3 because I had that on VHS and seeing some other episodes on TV. And then Pokemon was the obvious comparison. Pokemon was so much easier to get into after the fact because Digimon didn't have a clear, this is what the character wants and this is what he was going to try and do, and then he goes and tries to do it. It's just a bunch of kids who suddenly get magic powers and digital monsters and then that's it. They want to go back
the whole
home.
premise of the original show is that they get transported into the digital world.
Isekai.
It's basically an isekai, and the whole the thing that made Digimon difficult to watch, just to kind of get into as a kid, is because it was one of the few shows that was airing in those time slots that had a single continuous story.
Yeah, that's
each episode directly continued from the last, whereas in Pokemon, it was an episode of the week kind of thing, where it was a simple 1 hour
even
or
though
half an hour
even though
conflict.
it would not be difficult at all to get into Digimon the anime, I feel this general sense of apprehension to even thinking about it, but I could easily just go watch Pokemon all over again because that's simple.
I feel differently.
Watch Digimon, especially Tamer season 3 is fucking choice. It has nothing
It's
to
good.
do with the previous 2 seasons. It's its own self-contained story, so you can just watch that. It is great. It is a 10 out of 10. Unironically fantastic. Go watch it.
It's sad that they completely dropped the ball with the animes, starting with season 4 and downhill from there. Season 4 was just barely tolerable, just barely, and everything after that is just
in
pants.
Pokemon?
Digimon.
Oh.
I heard people like Frontier, but I never watched it. I've only watched the first 3 seasons.
It's the idea. It's hit or miss. If you like the idea of people becoming Digimon, then
That's why I didn't
guess.
watch it.
Yeah, I liked it when I was younger and when it was in German. I recently, me and Biter tried to watch it, the dubbed one, and we laughed about how stupid it was. The dub was awful. Everyone had some sort of accent.
The dub
and
of Digimon is, if you go in with the right mindset, it is such a joy because the awful jokes that they add into the dub are incredible. Incredible.
It is. It is. It's there's this we compared some scenes. There's this one scene where the evil Digimon are sort of like coming, like they're following the good people, like the main characters, and like they keep switching back and forth, showing how like the antagonists are coming closer, and like in the sub, it's kind of silent and ominous, and you're just like they're sort of getting closer. But like in the dub, it's just like there's this one guy with like a really stupid accent going just a little further, and then this other guy's just like shut up.
There's dialogue constantly. It's like the guiding mantra of the dubs is like we can't have silence ever, and there's just like constant ad-libbing jokes and bad.
Was this a 4Kids production?
It was
by any
not.
chance?
I don't remember.
But I think it was Saban.
Okay.
It was by Saban. I believe they did it. Possibly, I could be wrong.
It was a good laugh, I'll say that much. But like as much of a story or endearing characters, like not at all.
1 through 3 are good. 3 being the best, 1 being the second best, 2 being good but not great. Go watch
better
them.
than the rest.
They're
Better than the other ones. Fourth one is just entertaining enough, and the fifth one, I think it was like the one with like
that was
Lalamon.
That was Cross Wars, right? No, that was the weird one with the different art style. Where
and then like different
the first
like,
episode is just
Agumon.
a regular guy punches a Digimon in the face with his bare hands. Like the fucking manliest man who ever lived. There's a giant Agumon who becomes his best bro. That's all I remember about it.
Oh yeah, that's the one. I hated that one for one reason, is because like there's this kid, he grew up in the Digimon world, and and he has a partner that's an owl, and the owl's very eloquent, and they had a mom Frigimon, and she's also eloquent in English, but he himself, in the dub at least, he himself talks like a stupid child. It's just like he just goes like, me no like you.
Oh
but,
God.
But, like,
God.
You grew up around people who are eloquent. Well, Digimon who are eloquent. Why are you talking like this?
Some just have retarded brains.
Yeah,
I
you know,
guess.
some people just have mental
It's a lot of-
problems, Mage. You don't have to fucking drag them like that.
Cognitive diversity should be
Yeah,
embraced, not criticized.
Diversity is our strength.
Because his design is like, you know, like a wild child or whatever. I guess in the dub they thought it like appropriate for him to talk like that, but it makes no sense.
That's how like these dub companies work.
Me.
Like because Nico Robin wore a cowboy hat in her first appearance, they just gave her like a Southern Belle voice actor for like her entire 4Kids dub lifetime, and it was, I mean, it was so. It's kind of charming actually, but like that's not just because she's wearing a cowboy hat.
Well,
she's not actually a cowboy.
How do you know that isn't what Oda intended?
I guess I don't, Gib. You know what?
Damn. Got him.
I'd like to think that it was. Maybe she had like a weird like Osaka accent or however the fuck those Japs do that shit over there. Can you tell that in written dialogue? Probably. I don't know. Anyway, yes, it's hilarious. I mean, there'll be like a guy who's like wearing one of those Russian hats who they just give like a Russian accent to, even though it's just like a character. I don't know.
Is Osaka like
they're retarded.
like it's usually depicted in dubs as like a Texas accent to like differentiate it from normal voice actor accents from normal America or whatever. Is it?
It's Osaka, Texas.
Well,
like what does it actually sound like? How's
Osaka,
it? Is it like that's a be a good major gomenasai for me? Like is that how they actually talk?
There's no easy translation to English or anything, but they are. I think the gist is that they are thought to talk in a more like lackadaisical way, which is somewhat analogous to like the Texas drawl. Like they have different ways of saying things. And it is to the south, like Kyoto and
Ohio
Tokyo are to the north,
gozaimasu.
and Osaka's to the south. So I guess it kind of works. I mean, I love Osaka, the character from Azumanga with her silly like Southern accent. It is extremely adorable, so it totally works as like a correlate. But is it 100% accurate? I mean, no, no, it is not. It could be. But that's one of those like dub adaptation things that I actually appreciate. They're putting some thought into how to adapt it. I guess really it's a localization question as to how to capture the spirit of like a character whose trait is that they talk weird compared to the other Japanese contemporaries and giving them the Osaka dialect converted to Texas shit. Makes sense.
Osaka from
What a great show.
I like yeah,
Azumanga Daioh.
we did do a Chibi Bakas episode, me and Munchie, on Azumanga Daioh. Munchie hated it. I liked it.
He hated it. Did you guys watch the dub or the sub?
I think I watched the dub. I don't remember actually. I usually
I don't like.
I
Both are
usually
good.
try to watch one or the other just to see like on the first episode,
Yeah.
which is better. We should do more of those fucking chibi backers. I have one recorded when Munchie
Indeed.
came over, but I haven't edited it yet. We
Sir, hurry.
fucking we watched Akira and we were like, what the fuck? Like and we recorded
Oh,
that.
well, that's a great one. People would love to hear your thoughts, I think.
Akira's pretty
a
dope.
legendary production.
It is pretty dope. But I don't know. I've been recording lots of like little things here and there and being like, but why would I put it out? Why would I make anything? Why would I make a video in this day and age?
I mean, I think
It's hard to know.
I
Gibbs
admire
just
the
like, you
position
know
you're
what?
in,
I'm
where-
not sorry I haven't made a video in a while. Proceeds to not
Yeah.
make videos.
I literally am not sorry. It's just sort of like the effort that go into editing it and putting it out. It's like, you know what? I'm just happy that I did it. I don't really care.
I get that.
That sounds like you
but
have a healthy relationship to content creation. You can't do that
Well,
in this day
not
and
if
age.
he's
It's
not
illegal.
getting it out any. I mean, I think that releasing it is an important component of
Well,
creating
I mean,
content.
creating
in
quote
some
unquote. I've
capacity.
like recorded the footage. I would need to edit it and put it into a thing and see that it's okay.
So there's a hurdle.
So there's something to
yeah.
do.
Okay, fair enough. Right, you're absolutely right about that. But yeah, I would encourage you that the good news is because you've self-avowedly you're not a video man at this juncture in time or whatever. There's very low expectations. So anything you do release is just a bonus for everybody, including me. So I'd very much like to see it.
I mean,
if
yeah,
you,
it's a
I'm
bonus,
still waiting for
but-
Kingdom Hearts 2 GRPJ.
Yeah.
When will it be released to the world?
I
No
don't
one
know.
knows.
Maybe never. Probably never.
When Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out.
Alas. Ooh, that'll be fun.
The thing
would say.
though is like, I feel like putting, like due to just the nature of what everyone else experiences on YouTube with other YouTubers, is if anybody takes a break, whether they've like completely retired or they're just having a few days off, there's this expectation of when they come back, it's got to be big. It's got to be a big thing. So that it's not like a limp sort of like bleh, back onto the platform. Like they've been waiting for years, and then like if I like the other day or the other week or just whenever I upload something onto the Give and Take channel, and it's just some like 4 minute silly thing, I can't help but feel in the back of my mind that somebody is like yeah. Like they
Yeah,
see
I know what
they
you mean.
forgot about me because I hadn't been doing anything, and then they're reminded of me, and it's not interesting, and they're just sort of like, what a
You know,
shame.
On that similar vein, though, so one, you may have heard of him, Digibrony MLP, uploaded a new video today that is top 50 TV anime of the decade, 1 of 2. And upon watch, I watched the whole thing. I gotta say, I loved that video because it was so quintessential. Like, it's the best stuff Digi makes. Things like this, basically. It's like, none of this bullshit face cam. Get that content bullshit out of my face.
You're
It's
part of
just, I want the
content.
edited anime. Yeah, it's trash. Don't watch it. Each has their place, But this was like prime Digi, just the
Yes.
reason that like people subscribed to him years ago, and it just feels right, like exactly what, like, I mean, if it just, not to shun you, Digi, I love you, but just looking at his channel, he's got like his last videos on the channel, some Artso Fartso Whirling Dervish,
those.
a Pantsu Party podcasting over
I like
PSP.
those.
Fine. This retarded worst video I've ever seen, The Wife is the Little Sister, where he was obviously just high and not thinking clearly. Because I could explain to you in 2 seconds why the wife is not the little sister.
I just saw that thumbnail. I just let
Yeah.
out a deep sigh and then moved on with my life. I was like, oh, God.
And then like this music review thing that I had some interest in, but I'm not a big music guy for his Strange Ways Here We Come, whatever the fuck that was. And then this like classic Gigi Bro video, and like I just feel in myself like at last, relief. The thing I've been looking for is here, and that really makes me reflect on like my
Yes.
own content.
I was about to say, Nate,
When people
I
s-
can't wait to
I know,
feel
man.
that way.
Don't
when,
worry,
when
my
best anime ever
perception
goes
is
from the
turned on
show.
myself.
I'm still waiting.
People didn't sign up when they first subscribed or whatever for Mia Mafava or Wiagawa or any of the even the Smash videos. They didn't sign up for those. They signed up for best anime ever, Ghost Gurren Lagann and Ghost in the Shell and maybe Galco to some degree. And God, it really makes me think like I really should be giving people like as fast as possible the stuff they
Yeah.
really want, which is part of the plan, of course, but not fast enough for,
Like
for my
the-
taste. So.
Well, it's weird, right? Because you feel like you have to do like weekly content or just like keep the algorithm fed. But then at the same time, it's like you, Nate, the person, are doing weekly podcasts here. You're doing weekly content on content. So like, why can't
Indeed.
your channel just be some tentpole pieces that you can
Well, I
promote
mean, I
from
gotta
other
tell you,
sources?
Tom, that's really where my mind is heading these days.
Yeah.
That seems like the reasonable way to go. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see.
the
We'll see
way
how it
it's
goes.
always felt is like, for you and for Digi, you both have your big, tightly written analytical pieces that are really in depth and great, and Digi is just good at analysis generally, so he can make a list, but he does like, he does the scripts well and he does them quick, and so something like this sort of list is very exhaustive and very well informed, and it's really useful and cool.
I bet he loved making
Yeah.
it too. Just watching
So
it
like,
through.
and
Yeah.
it's good. Like I've seen some things I'd never seen anywhere else, even on Digi's channel. I was like, that.
Yeah, and it's
looks
almost like
interesting.
for us as viewers, we get kind of the most out of these videos, out of
Yeah.
anything. They're useful.
And then there's like
to a
the
degree.
second tier of like goodness of content where you've got the Weagua and Digi has like vlogs of various description where he rambles on about a topic and you also ramble on like with talking points in your heads, but it's not as tight and it's not as like edited or impactful, or it's pretty good. Nobody really would complain that a video like that is coming out all the time. It's just sort of like
Sure,
in the back of your mind you're wishing for something else, something
just,
more
I-
intense.
I just there's some I know Digi goes to a lot of he'll explain a lot of this stuff. He'll rationalize these things, and I love the guy, and I do it too about Weaguas and whatnot. But there's something that's just part of this like edited, I don't know, like in our case is like these anime discussion things with like a script and fancier editing and music in the background.
The fancy
and-
editing is less important than the tightly written scripts, and because usually when you're writing a script,
you're
you
right,
come
you're right.
up to like you get to the part where you're saying things, writing things down that you would say just off the cuff, and then you realize, well, this bit's less interesting. I can cut that, and then I can go more in depth into this more interesting thing, and then it sort of naturally becomes a more interesting video through that process. So like
when I made my the Konosuba like more edit, like the YMS ripoff video I made on my
that was
channel
great.
recently. Even you, Gib, who's you're not much of an anime guy necessarily compared to some of the other folks, but you really enjoyed that. And like when I was making that, I was really trying to embrace honestly the Digi example of like when I made a script and then I was like, okay, I know this would be better if it was shorter, so I'm going to really dig deep and try to cut things. It was the first video I've really tried to cut content from in a way just to make it cleaner and better. And even I was shocked, I still got complaints that it was still too long and like wasting people's time, even though I put so much work. I guess I'm not perfect at this yet about cutting unnecessary stuff, but it's like 8 minutes long. I thought the whole thing was pretty great. And it just like if that's all the videos on my channel, I just feel like if I replaced Weaguas with things like that, just everybody would be happier, including me. I don't know, like
only
that.
one way
It
to
took more
find
time
out.
to make, and it's. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. We don't have to go on this for too much longer, but like the New Year's coming, I'm feeling like it might be a time for a fresh start on what I've been doing. I've been trying what I've been doing for a while, so. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If you're interested at all in Nate's channel, known as Best Guy Ever on YouTube.com, maybe you've heard of it.
This has been a public service announcement.
the content channel that you and Digi do is also feels like
Yes.
secondary content. Like it's good filler background noise, but like it's not. You wouldn't go to that and then discover Digibro or Nate a best man. You would.
Yes, I agree. Although one of the conceits behind that channel was that like
Well, actually,
I mean,
maybe you would because
I
it
think of
is
this
more
conversation.
relevant anime. So I don't know.
Yes, yeah, that's the one strength I think it has. That like Digi and I both have this thing where I don't know. We talked to Victor. Here's what I was gonna say. That like there was a conversation Digi told me about with Victor, and I think about this a lot as inspiration for content. And it's that like Victor told Digi that like he begs him to make like fast videos about currently airing seasonal anime because Victor just wants to hear about them, and because no one besides like Jeff and his contemporaries are making those videos about those shows, that's who he goes to watch. And I think content is a few rungs in terms of like quality beneath, like, frankly, like, you know, a Mother's Basement scripted, edited video. You know, I don't hate Jeff or anything.
I typed in content
but,
on YouTube, and
yeah.
it came up with Digibro first. And then some strange
Isn't-
thing
yeah,
called
yeah.
content media, which is not content. Where is it?
So I mean, to be fair, the channel's only like a month and a half old. You know, it's still getting its
baby.
legs. It is a baby, and actually, even the content that's on there is basically like an alpha or like a beta version of the content that we one day hope to have. That'd be more like Red Letter Media-esque on the channel. So you know. Right now, I think me and Digi already know we can talk about pretty much anything for a while. We're both have the gift of gab and whatnot. So hopefully we'll make some money, be able to finance some upgraded equipment and whatnot. Do this thing in person, possibly at some point.
The biggest episodes at the
I don't know.
moment are Cautious Hero and Pokemon Sword and Shield Does It Suck?
Mm-hmm.
With like 11 or 12 and
Those did
13
well.
K views each.
Which
Marnie's
interestingly,
a good thumbnail choice for anything. You know,
indeed.
Gotta get
and
those
you know, this
fucking
must be a coincidence that those are like the most popular things that we discuss. That's probably just random.
Well,
no,
Pokemon,
just
I
because
feel
they are
like that's
popular
way more
shows.
popular in general than anime, so that would get more attention.
Well, that's true. That breaks outside the little anime bubble.
I have
of,
no idea what
of
Cautious
Digimon.
Hero, how that caught on.
It's just a popular isekai.
Yeah, it's a
and it's pretty
currently
good.
airing
It's a quality
popular
show.
Okay. I thought Beastars was huge, but
I think
it's kind
I
of
don't think
locked
it's
away
huge.
in
well,
Netflix
you know,
now,
I guess
so
I know
not a lot of
nothing because
people.
I don't like I'm not in
I
any
think
of
the
these
people who
circles.
like it just really like it.
Yeah.
So I think they're just loud on social
I
media.
sort of get that feeling too,
I
and
like
it is
it.
really good.
I
It
know
is a
because I'm
quality
one
show,
of them.
for
Watch
sure.
Beastars,
Same.
you fucking peasants.
Yes, it's good.
Yes. But I mean, mostly me and Digi have been talking about the most popular shows. Everything that we've watched, I think, is worth people watching. That we talked about on content so far, if they've got the time to burn.
Nate.
Probably Beastars, Blade of the Immortal, and Cautious Hero are the best ones. But,
I am curious,
know.
as someone who's been observing content as
Mm-hmm.
from the very beginning, what was the decision or the thought behind doing every 4 episodes instead of doing a weekly show where you just covered all the stuff? Would it just time saving?
That's a very
like This Week in
purely
Anime or
pragmatic
whatever.
reasoning. I mean, it's kind of a middle ground between. First of all, we wanted to do like 2 episodes a week, was kind because like we're not prepared to spend like all our time on this as it exists right now. You know, for the paltry amount it's earning as it is. We wanted like a middle ground between like reviewing every episode as it comes out, which is the way that Digi and I traditionally had done like our Arrow Manga Sensei and like our Rick and Morty stuff and like those kinds of shows. And like not also having to wait till like the end of a season to talk about anything at all. So like, I mean, it was Digi's idea, but I think it works out pretty well that it's a decent chunk of the show. It's not that we can avoid the at a semi pitfall of like when you discuss just one episode of a show at a time, you could be like very critical and very nitpicky about like, oh, this episode didn't make me feel happy in my pants as I wanted to because the girls weren't sexy enough this episode. Well, Nate, that's because next episode they're extremely sexy, so that's what you have to wait for. So it's just. That's part of it, I think, at least for me, as to why.
I was interested because, like, you're doing the 4-episode block thing, but then you're also doing the podcast, which is every chapter. So you're
Well, that's a separate venture, you know. Digi's no One Piece expert, so that exists to serve a particular demographic. I mean, plus, like, podcast exists to serve exactly one thing, which is the One Piece manga, whereas content's for whatever is due of discussion at that particular time. If there was like a really hype One Piece arc, if Digi was read up to it, we probably would talk about it like on content or something, but I don't think he'll be catching it anytime soon.
probably not.
So there you go. That's my thoughts. And if Digi ever wanted to show up to one of these episodes, he could tell you about it too.
Yeah,
No,
Digi
that'll
also
never
Roasted.
has been not in the chat or online to talk with anyone ever.
He has been,
been
dead.
busy.
I just would like to know what Digi and Jesse are up to. I know more about what
Yeah.
Davoo's doing right now.
I mean, I could tell you, Digi's just busy with getting his videos for the end of the year, and I mean,
I
you know, 'cause you
suppose.
talk at
It's
content
just sort of
and
like,
stuff.
yeah, he is my friend. I would like to see him.
Yeah, understandable. If you add him, he'll probably show up eventually. He's a hard man to
I'll
reach.
slap him. I'll attack him.
He has said before that like the only Discord groups he's in like is like the PCP and like maybe one or two others, or like I guess the content, the one that he and I have, and that's it, because he only gives a shit what those of us in this group have to say to him on Discord. So if you added him, he'd probably say,
Yeah.
hey. Although I did add him yesterday, demanding his W-9 for him for tax purposes in the PCP, which he has not gotten to me after 6 months, and we need it from him, you, Ben, and Jesse as well, who actually did respond.
I thought, okay, the
ASAP.
last time we talked about it, you were like, well, actually, maybe maybe I messed it up. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay, that's absolutely true. You are correct, but I couldn't
Later
figure
is
it out.
now, and now
So
I need it.
now it has become
Ben,
later.
Ben,
Okay.
are you
Indeed.
sedated right now? What's going on? Did you
I
roll out
am
of bed?
pretty hungover, so I'm not technically sedated, but I
Oh.
wish I was.
You may as well be.
Did you
I
get
wish.
did you
Ben,
get
you're
big
becoming a
drunk? Did you
drunk
get
and a
did you
got
get
degenerate.
big
pretty
drunk on
big
the
drunk.
RFCK stream?
I got fairly drunk on RFCK stream, but it was nothing compared to what was to come later.
How many doors did
Is
you
this
knock
the
on
new
this
Ben
time?
segment, the weekly inebriation, where each week, what substance will Ben abuse this week?
Actually, we did. Me and one of my roommates did go across the street and knock on the door, but it was at an appropriate time this time because there was a party going
Good.
on, and we were like, let's go over there and like bring some alcohol and just be like, hey, what's up? Fucking, let's hang out. But they didn't answer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, so the party was going on
We
inside.
could hear
They
there
simply
was
didn't
stuff
answer
going
the
on.
door.
We went in and knocked on the door to see if they wanted to, like, I don't know, let us in on it or whatever.
Yeah,
and
sure.
But
That's good.
But it was upstairs and like the door was downstairs, so maybe they just genuinely didn't hear it, and we just
You should have thrown rocks at the window.
should have
anime
thrown
style.
bricks through the window. We had some. I got two.
Indeed.
I locked myself. Well, me and my other roommate, a different roommate, locked ourselves on the porch the other day, and because the handle to the door is broken, the handle came off, and I accidentally left the handle inside, and then he closed the door without realizing I had left it there. So what I tried to do.
So you weren't like trapped outside. You were trapped in this
I
space.
was on this
of the
porch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what I tried, specifically on this porch, couldn't leave it. So I tried to take 2 bricks and put them around the like door handle like bit, like the bit sticking out that the handle is supposed to attach to and turn. I tried using bricks to like squeeze the handle or squeeze the
Sure.
knob, what remained of the knob, and like turn it. And guess what? It didn't work.
Any luck?
We just had to bang on the door for really loud
they
and make
took the
everyone
2
upset.
bricks and they rubbed them together, started a fire.
I
Smoke
could
screen for
Burn the
help.
house down and escape.
But I managed to avoid putting them through the window to get back in, so that's a win for me.
That's good.
Anyway, that's what I've been up to. That's my week.
That's a hell
A
of
hell of a story, a hell of a time. Slime and Punishment
sounds
is
like we've all
almost done,
been-
just like it's been almost done for years now.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's good. How exciting.
Maybe another 24 images left to go, or something like that. And then I've been
what's the
thinking about
story
the
with the-
epilogue. I don't want to say
Yeah.
too much about it, but I've been considering various forms that the epilogue might take. And I might get pretty ambitious with it. We'll see.
That
You-
sounds.
you-
Not the
get-
climax. The climax I know is going to be a video. The epilogue will be something else.
Oh, okay.
You can get some ghostwriters to fanfic write the epilogue, just like Homestuck.
Yeah, get the Lord of Ghost Writers in there to
Lord of Ghost Riders.
mix it up.
Mm.
Hey, what's the status of the Kickstarter? I want my damn comics and pins. now.
Well- Couple people are still working on their chapters, and a couple people
Oh,
haven't
Gabe, you're
even
blowing
gotten
it.
their scripts from me yet. So
I am.
Oh, hey, here's a question. I was just curious. Will the digital copies of like the updated stuff like that be available, or will I have to wait for a physical copy? I don't care either way. I'm just curious if it'll be available like online before
at some point, yes, but like not for a while.
Okay.
Um,
All right, Gib, explain yourself now.
Okay.
Why are you delaying
Well,
and fucking this up for everyone?
It's. I mean, I have had the script for a few weeks. I was busy doing other things and had a cold, and I just was lazy for the
don't
beginning
forgive
of
you.
December. I
Yeah,
just
right.
was lazy playing video game. But I finished the video game. I beat
Singular
the entire
video game.
literally. I beat the entire video game, and now I'm serious, and I opened up Photoshop today, and I was sketching the page, and I hated it,
good.
and I was not sure how to do
Oh,
it. It was just it was one of those annoying things where I know the size of the page. It's about like the panels and the order they come in, left to right, normal Western comic ideals, and I'm trying to fit like. It's just a lot of thinking. The panel layout is the most difficult part of any comic. Drawing it is easy once you know where the panels are, what shape they are, and like where the speech bubbles go. Then everything's great, and then you can just line it and draw it, and it's easy. But
panel layout's
Fair
a
enough.
whole art in and of itself, and like when
I'm
you read like a
stuck.
fucking sick manga where the panel layout just like blows your mind, you're like, how did they come up with this?
yeah, the way I do it, which is not the right way to do it, is I draw a rectangle and I draw what's in the rectangle, and then I realize, I think, okay, so this takes up this much of the page. There's this much to the right of it left, so I can put one panel there, and then
Do you
underneath
not
it,
thumbnail your pages first?
huh?
You don't thumbnail your pages first?
What does thumbnail mean? I don't know.
It's
that
like when you
word
do a
means.
tiny little sketch version of it, like really loosely, just to kind of like lay it out before you start doing the final thing.
Okay,
I mean, that's kind of what I am doing. Like, I'm not like drawing the finished panels. I'm just sort of like drawing boxes and seeing like I want this action to be going from left to
Okay.
right. He's holding a thing. He goes this way. We need to zoom in on this, zoom in on that, and then turn the page, and then we see the next thing on the next page. That's when you see the next thing.
All right.
It's like
I thought you meant you were just like you just did one panel at a time, like final
No,
art.
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
you brave
that'd be
motherfucker. That's
ridiculous.
that's the
some
stupidest
crazy
thing you
shit.
could ever do.
Right, which is why I was
I'm
like,
just stuck
damn.
on this. I've got one page sort of good, and I'm trying to figure out the second page, and it's just not clicking. I don't really. And when something's not clicking, it's very easy to do your tax returns or
Indeed. That's the real reason why
Yeah,
I
I
did them, I'm
get it.
sure. I can relate. I can relate.
I mean, what I like to do is I like to bust open my favorite comics and like read them intentionally and like pay attention to the panel
and
layouts.
then I
be
kind
like,
of put them under my paper and trace over them, and I just get really
yeah,
good results
yeah,
with that.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think the one thing I always have difficulty with is like understanding how small I can draw something. Like when I see a panel, I think, okay, the face has to go in this panel, and I make it fill the panel. But you don't have to do that, and you also don't have to have the full face in the panel. You could have it really zoomed in. It's just a lot of
That's true.
it's a lot of decisions that I'm not good at making yet.
Do you have
I don't
that,
know much about comics or
cheat
anything, but I
sheet?
have read a lot
is
of
it?
One Piece.
One Piece
and,
is a big
I-
inspiration because those panels are
Yeah,
very
yeah.
simple, but the things in them are great. And
I
very
like
rarely,
the group shot that you made the thumbnail of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Good. I don't know
I'm
if
just
you've ever
curious.
seen this, but I'm going to link something for you because I use this all the time when I was making comics. It's the Wallywood's 22 comic panels that always work. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds useful.
It's just like a reference of like different kinds of comic panels, a way to lay things out that just kind of gets the noggin jogging. You can start thinking about it. It's pretty cool.
I'll have a look right now.
So on this front, Ben, are there any other holdouts, any other moral degenerates who we should perhaps throw, who we should either kink shame or throw bricks through windows of to spur them along on their quest?
The only one who is done is Cheesy. Munchie's working on his, Hippo's working on his, and then I haven't fucking done anything for Jade Moreau or Nexus Mania. Or am I forgetting someone?
Kazzy.
Lil.
And Kazzy. I haven't given her the script either. I'll fucking no. I don't want to talk about it.
No,
Leave
talk
me
about it.
alone. Leave
Ben,
me
are
alone.
you in Kickstarter hell
boys.
right now?
Mm.
You're in,
Just,
you're in Kickstarter
just do
purgatory,
it.
burning away your sins.
Dude, writing
That
is
is-
easy.
that's where I am,
You just
yeah.
imagine that you are the character, and then you say the most embarrassing things possible, and then you write it down.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I
You
always
know what?
assumed Vapors was just a biography, so.
Just gotta just remember it's supposed to be bad. Just think. I just gotta do what I do with Slime and Punishment and think this is supposed to be bad, and it would be off-brand if it were good.
Oh, that's very helpful.
That's
Yeah.
some
Ben
some
saying
healthy
bad
reverse
is my
psychology.
brand.
That's the secret. That's the secret right there.
I assume you guys are similarly, but I spend a lot of time, or maybe I don't spend a lot of time directly thinking about it, but I really feel imposed upon in a helpful way by like the rules. Like my existence and the things I do change based on whatever I perceive the rules of the game to be at that time. So like right now it's like, I need to make videos, got to make like a weekly Weagwa video or something, but like if I like make an announcement that like I'm changing the rules of the game now, then I like feel perfect permission to do things or I don't know, do whatever. But like if I don't announce it, I feel like the eyes of the public enforcing those rules upon me. And it, I don't know, maybe this is more of a normal thing. It's just people have expectations and then you live up to them or not.
I used to feel like that. Now I feel the opposite.
Yeah.
I feel like the best way to do things is just to subtly make changes and just like do it by degrees so nobody notices. Because I feel like if you make an announcement saying you're changing, you're just going to generate controversy.
Because we know people don't like change. They don't want to hear about
exactly.
it. If you just do it, then it'll probably go over better. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You just got to do it subtly, and like before they know it, that's the new normal, and they're just like you've conditioned them subconsciously without anyone realizing it's happening.
I definitely agree that that's a better way to do it. Although the one thing is that, like, if, let's just say, for example, you have a Patreon with very clear, explicit deliverables that you are expected to deliver, and if you were to want to change that in some capacity, it seems like the only honest thing to do.
I'm going to change my Patreon. I'm going to start delivering nothing. How do you...
yeah. Well, I'm
still sad that...
I feel like if you can talk openly to your patrons because they're the ones who are the most like hardcore. So like whatever you do, they're there for. You're going to be in your court unless you like royally fuck up.
Although literally,
I would say communicate with your
nothing.
patrons because I talk to my patron like every week. I do a patron podcast, and whenever I have like any sort of like thoughts about like my creative process or things I want to change, I'll talk to them because they're the ones who are actually paying for it. As far as I'm concerned, they're like the board of the directors, and like
Sure.
And so I'll keep them in the know, but the public can just get what they get.
They don't need to know.
Because like I feel like the public are the ones that are on the fence about you, and they're the ones that will bitch the most about anything. So I'm just like, well, I might as well just like keep controversy to the minimum, just do what I want to do, and like put out fires as they come, as opposed to like lighting the match myself.
That makes a lot of sense. That's a good point. That's a good point. And I was going to say, I'm still disappointed that Ben's idea of the Ben Saint is creating a Patreon, and that idea of just support me as I create this Patreon page.
This Patreon is my magnum opus. This will be my legacy. Help me create the greatest Patreon
It was just
of all
too big-brained
time.
of an idea.
It was too smart for the people to latch on to. They couldn't
Before
comprehend
its time,
the magic.
Unfortunately. Jake Paul will get around to it like in 2022, and it'll do gangbusters, and then we'll all be able to sue.
It'll be big. They'll call him a genius.
Yeah.
They'll call him a genius. It's like Tesla. It's like the world couldn't handle Tesla making more than one world-changing idea at a time. It was too big. The Vapors, the Champion. These were already too advanced. He was already celebrated. But when he attempted to do this, it was just a bridge too far. The people couldn't handle it. As he exposed capitalism for the farce that it truly is.
It could have been great. If only. It just... Man, it was such a golden idea. It's I don't understand. I don't understand how it didn't take off. It's bizarre.
It just needed better marketing. That's all it needed.
Incomprehensible. Yeah. You don't
needed word of mouth.
If I could just have gotten one Super Bowl ad for I'm creating a Patreon.
There was that back in the
different.
days. Like when Patreon was relatively new, like one dude created like a Patreon, like he asked for like $5 to like make a lasagna, to like buy and he ended up making like tens of thousands of dollars because people just thought it was funny.
Potatoes.
No,
Potato salad.
And it wasn't Patreon.
Yeah.
It was like
It was a
Kickstarter.
It was Kickstarter. Yeah.
Oh, okay, a similar idea though, but yes, fair point.
Well, Ben should have started a Patreon for potato salad. Clearly, that was the missing ingredient.
It's not keto.
Maybe
though.
this would have gone over
It's not
better.
keto.
If people didn't think of it as a recurring donation. They thought of it as like, what if you made a Kickstarter? Ben Saint is creating a Kickstarter, which is this Kickstarter. Please help me.
Oh, so for the
support me
Vapors
in
Volume
my-
3, you're gonna have a Patreon to fund the Kickstarter for the Vapors.
Oh, we're doing it.
And then we're
now.
gonna have
much
the
to think
Indiegogo to fund the Patreon creation, to fund the Kickstarter. We're just gonna go like multiple levels deep.
Gonna go deep, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, boys and girls, I'm ready to go to the voicemails if you are. We've
Well,
got
it's
Wait, how long
not
have we been
voicemails
going?
lined up.
We're
It's
only
know.
going for an
We
hour.
don't have to.
Oh,
we don't have to
okay.
now.
You know,
Just letting
much
you know.
like Nate's content, maybe we should just trim the fat and
Oh,
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna like people are gonna hear this on the 22nd. I think.
Yes.
No.
no,
20th.
the
No.
20th.
Yeah,
that's right, 20th. But
Yeah.
this will be the last episode before Christmas,
Yep.
everybody.
So maybe they have shit
So
to
I-
do. Just so.
So yeah, we'll assume they're busy. It's okay though, because we've got some choice voicemails lined up today. We
Yeah,
really do.
they might actually take 2 hours.
You won't
who
waste
knows?
too much of your time. You can go back to your families eventually, I guess. You want to do that? Gross.
Precisely. Shit. Where the fuck did I put the SoundCloud link? Okay, there it is. Found it. All right. All right. Let me pull up the. Okay, sounds like we're all fine with going to the voicemails. Yeah.
Hell
This is
yeah.
good. Okay. All right. So let me just preface it by saying, of course, ladies and gentlemen, go click the link down below and leave us your voicemails, which we would be delighted to hear. And to separate the wheat from the chaff. And if they are good, if they are quality, if they are supremely glorious, we will play them on the show as you're about to hear. So, okay, we've got our first one here. This is from Centerpoint, and it's
Centerpoint.
called, it's untitled from Centerpoint. Let's get us started off in the right direction with whatever he has to say. Take it away, CP.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. And I don't care about the Riddler or the weird-ass dating sim. I don't need to wait for Radcon, non-existent quick draw streams. Minecraft stuff won't make me happy, or bonus eps on Christmas Day. I just want for you to know, should have happened long ago. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is
Then Huxtable to join the PCB
Oh.
already. God damn it.
Why do we have a podcast?
Well.
Why doesn't this guy have one?
Yeah, he deserves it more than us. I mean, great work, Centerpoint. Zen's a great guy. What can I say? Maybe we'll make your Christmas wish come true. Who can say?
No.
All right.
No, never.
No.
That guy. No, fuck that guy. No, he's can't. We're
Yeah.
We're canceling
You've been,
You've been
Twitter and
canceled,
cancel
Zen.
each other.
That's all there is to it.
That's my plan for the holidays.
All right, let's move on. We've got another one. This is called Yes, I Am Sick. That's Why My Voice Sucks. Let's see if the prophecy
boy.
is true.
I'm
Go.
looking forward to it.
Hey fuckheads, I'm asking for a dick tip. So, as someone who has spent the past couple of months bashing in the Chad lifestyle, getting confident and charismatic and the whole shebang, and has realized how shitty every single person on this earth is, how exactly do I go about finding the coveted GF? From what I understand, all you guys found your significant others by making content, but as someone who is both a high school sophomore and has absolutely no creative energies whatsoever, where exactly do I go to seek out my fellow autists? Online communities are great and all, but I'd hate to find the apple of my eye just to find out that she lives in fucking Wyoming or
You're-
something.
You're in fucking
sure.
school, dude. That's where you fucking do
Ye-
it, you nerd.
Yeah,
you go to
I know
school
it's like
with a group of your peers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That's
certainly
the answer.
the basket to
It
draw
really
from.
is.
I mean, okay, he's saying like I don't have. He wants like a gamer girlfriend. You know, he wants like a fellow
Did
interested.
he say that?
He said something like that.
He said he
wants
wanted
girl
a
with
fellow
similar
autist.
interests.
Is what
Oh, I see,
Right,
I see,
there
I
you
see.
go. So he's looking for maybe he goes to school with a bunch of Stacys, a bunch of Veronicas.
Well, just go to
and
Anime
that's
Club like
none of that
Harlock
for me.
Aznavour and his brother.
true.
I mean, okay, look, he says the thing in here about like, you guys all got it through making content. Okay. It's the wrong lens to think that like, oh, the PCB made a podcast and got girlfriends. I mean, for some of us, that's true. For me, that is true. But like, it's not that simple. It's what did I actually do in order to like get a girlfriend? I did whatever the fuck I wanted to do. I slowly acquired skills at it over years, and I encountered various people while doing so. So it's not about being a content creator. It's about doing stuff that you want to do and like being open to meeting people while doing
Right.
so.
It's about having some skill that is impressive. It doesn't have to be a podcast.
Even if that skill
It has to, and then that's.
Yes.
I do argue that doing a podcast is probably on the lower end of the bell curve in terms of impressive.
It's one of the
skills.
worst ways.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of what you should do. Because exactly as you said, it's like, oh, you'll meet a girl from like a million. My girlfriend was from Hawaii. We had to like date for a while and then decide to move. So like that was, like ideally the thing to do is meet people around you. This whole idea of meeting people online from far away is so retarded.
It is
Leave
shit.
the house and
It's
go
fucking
talk to
garbage.
people in real life. That is, first of all, that's how you meet people directly around you, so you don't have to do all that bullshit. And it's how you like acquire socialization skills anyway. So it's just obviously, okay, you're in school, like nut up and talk to the girls in your class. Because this other thing he says about like, I want to meet a gamer girl. I want to meet a girl who's like me. Like, there probably are girls in your school, in your class, who, oh my God, could you imagine a girl like liking anime but not talking about it excessively, or like wearing anime shirts to school every day? So like you have to kind of get to know her first in order to find that out. No, it could possibly be true. So, just like talk to people and meet them and get to know them.
Talk to
That's
people
it,
and improve
fucking-
yourself in whatever way you can.
Just go up to all the girls in the school and say, "Hey, do you like anime?"
Unironically, yes. Unironically. Or pull the Spider-Man, put the hand on shoulder, sexual assault, and say, hey.
It's true.
That's the way. It worked for old...
Guys, this is not
what's his
related
name?
to anything, but I just, for the very first time, I've seen what Vivziepop looks like.
I don't know what
just
she looks
now.
like. What does
She
look like?
looks like she is the platonic ideal of a white girl who fucks dogs.
Can you
What?
post it in the
She
chat?
looks exactly like that.
I need proof.
If you don't remember who this
that's
is,
a big
everybody,
claim, Ben. It's a big claim.
she made Has Been Hotel.
Yes,
is
yes.
her main
Yeah, yeah.
Other things too, but that's
Among
the
other
Ben,
thing.
I'm waiting for this image.
Long
We'll post
animation
the
I
damn
guess
image.
I'll screenshot it.
Yes, please do.
Um,
We will pause and wait for this update.
Here we go. There she is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
You can
There's
you can picture it, right? I sure can.
I'd rather not.
Absolutely.
No, just think about
Well,
it. Just
is
really
she
rattle
right?
that one around in the old brain
Speaking
dome.
of Vivziepop, right before the podcast, she was tweeting, had a big tweet thread about complaining about how
Oh, I
people
saw that.
give her shit. Vivziepop, stop publicly acknowledging it. It just makes it worse. You're just drawing attention
Kind
to
of makes you
yourself.
look like a
That
fucking idiot.
Tweets like that are a
You know,
lightning rod for
ah.
controversy. Just don't acknowledge it. I know it feels good to have people like by the thousands flooding your replies saying how good you are, but you're long term, you're just
Yeah.
making the problem worse. Please just make more content and focus on the people who resonate with it.
You know, you're absolutely right, Tom. Although it's the wrong thing. I mean, she said in there, like, I don't usually, like, talk about personal stuff on her Twitter. I don't know if I totally believe that. Seems like she talks about some personal stuff on there pretty frequently. But I mean, oh my God, I saw, okay, you know what? I won't even get into it. But, I understand the desire to vent on a social media platform where people can respond to you in real time. My God, what a technological wonderland we live in. But it's...
You don't vent in
she's
public.
like-
Vent to your friends. Vent in your Discord with your friends.
You are correct.
I saw
Keep it out of the public eye.
I saw Patricia Taxon on Twitter just being like, guys,
I don't know
I'm
who
so
that is.
depressed, I hate myself. And I just was like, ugh, bad look.
You know, just on a larger scale, this like depression meme of like the
love her
Zoomers and
stuff,
the Boomers.
like her videos, but I saw that Twitter and I was like, man, I almost want to say like,
Yeah.
please stop, but I feel like it would be perceived as an attack, and I don't want to be that guy.
It would. It certainly would. You need to leave that to the.
I mean, the
to
person
to
making
the
a
meme
tweet
boys.
like that is clearly already in a troubled headspace, and so they're probably not the most open to constructive criticism at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you know the thing is not to be an asshole about it, but like, isn't this just a cry for attention at the end of
That's
the day?
the whole thing, right? Is that like that? Because even if it's not, even if you're legitimately
Mm-hmm.
just frustrated and trying to just like vent, the people who you are complaining about will see that tweet as a plea for attention and double down on their negative
Well, that's
opinion of
true.
you. So you're doing yourself no favors.
This is why you got to play things close to the chest, people. Don't let
true.
them know what you're thinking. Don't let them know. Be
them
like the
feel-
Godfather.
I mean, see,
Don't let them see
You know, as
that you
our-
are
as our good-
sad.
Talk less. Smile more.
Oh,
Don't let
that's
them know what you're against or
I was
what
literally going to
you're
say Aaron
for.
Burr is the good role model for these things.
Under
I was
the
going to say something. Oh,
sea.
you know, just about Vivziepop in
Who could
general,
forget?
though. I haven't been following it too much, but it sounds like with Has Been Hotel, if I understand it correctly, I think she's getting shit on mostly from people who like find her jokes like distasteful or
Yeah.
not politically correct.
yes.
Is that true?
That is
There's some
okay.
of that, yeah.
Isn't that
Yeah,
the
I
There's
mean,
also
there's-
people
There's
trashing
two-
her for her past sins, so
Right.
to speak. But like she's
Right,
apologized
right.
for those, I think, and she made up.
Don't apologize. You don't owe me an
what
apology.
fucking
Just
could
No, I mean,
say
she
fuck
doesn't
you.
stand by her.
Sometimes
she
you do
doesn't-
things that should be apologized for.
Well, she doesn't
Sometimes
stand
that's a
by
reasonable
her
thing to
statements
do.
anymore. Like those statements were
Well,
made
you're
like
not
7
wrong.
years ago, and she says that she doesn't stand by them anymore. So I don't know why people
fair
keep
enough,
giving
fair
her
enough.
shit.
She used to say,
Stay strong,
she used to
sister.
say, I don't like
I mean-
potatoes, and all the potato fags came out
The
of
problem-
woodwork.
All the Irish were real pissed at that one.
Vivziepop is at the point now where she is popular enough that people are gonna take pride in punching up at her. So this
yeah, you're right.
controversy
You're right.
is never going to go away. You are never going to be forgiven by this contingent and this kind of person. So just stop acknowledging it. You're big enough now that you have a huge amount of people who genuinely like your work. Focus on
yeah.
that. There is no reason to get bogged
you know-
down in minor controversy.
You're
The only thing
absolutely
that
right. When you get to
she's
a
kinda
certain
like-
point, you'll always have haters. They won't. Yeah, this will never stop being a thing, and you can't apologize it away or whatever.
I haven't followed her career very closely, but it seems like with the release of Has Been, she kind of was like, again, to give her credit, I know she worked really hard on it, but it's like a poor guy who like wins the lottery and is suddenly rich and is now like surrounded by like people who like want a piece or want to tear him down.
I mean, this
or,
isn't her
is
first
not
big
prepared
project.
to deal with it.
I mean, it's the biggest project she's done, but it's not the first thing she's done that's garnered
Yeah.
a lot of attention. Like back in
Okay,
like
fair enough.
2013, 2014, that Kesha animation she did,
Yeah.
did gangbusters, had like millions of views. So she's no stranger to like a successful project.
I see. Well, you know what? On that front, it might be more of maybe a semi like cultural divide sort of thing.
I
Because
think
not to get into the
Here's
issue.
my
or
here's my
anything,
thing. Just to
Yeah,
not to cut
yeah.
you off, but I think the problem
Sure.
is that we already know that this is a personal project.
50
for her.
million views on that thing. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy
So,
shit!
but like the thing is, like this has her OCs in it. This is her personal project. You know, it's
Right,
not.
right.
So I'm sure every detraction stings a lot more than like, oh, you didn't like my Kesha animation, whatever. You know, clearly this is a much more like, you know, a personal like stemming from the heart kind of thing. But that doesn't change the fact that you're still doing yourself no favors by complaining about it.
You're pragmatically speaking, you're absolutely right. But you know, it just reminds me of like for example, and again, not to open up the can of worms, I just want to say that like on the substance of the issue, like when Vic Mignogna was having his like his court case and was like being called like a predator and all those things. Again, I don't care if it's true or not the issue. But the point is that like when the depositions were happening and they like asked Vic, the thing is like Vic had made like no public statements whatsoever about all these accusations that he was like, I mean, some people called him like a pedophile, like a rapist, and even though those things like are definitely exaggerated, but like it was the fact that like he's definitely like he's like over 50. He's of an older generation. His approach was like, I'm just not going to talk about it. Like I will talk to my lawyer. I'll let them sort this thing out. Whereas like nowadays, I think with like our generation and beyond and stuff, our instinct is like, I'm just going to go to Twitter and like, you know,
Get better address
get the
this on
people on my
Twitter or
side.
something, yeah.
Yeah, and
It's just
I
because
just don't think that's
there's-
always the best move.
Yeah, but
is
there's
all.
really no winning because, like, a lot of people say just like, "Oh, then this person kept silent. Why would you be silent? Sounds suspicious.
Right, well, that's
like you're hiding
exactly
something."
my point.
Well,
that's my
I mean,
entire
that's what
point.
Pro Jared did, and it worked out for him. He
Eventually, with his
yeah, I mean, for a
thing,
while,
yeah.
everyone was like, "Oh, he's not saying anything. He's
Well,
he's
he didn't
guilty
say
of
completely silent.
non-crimes."
He had a statement, but then people ripped it apart, and he didn't follow it up.
He made a pretty shit statement, yeah, but you know, he just
That's true.
I don't know, like
true.
how he talked to his lawyers.
literally
and
said,
stuff. He was
"With
like, I'm not gonna make any
style
public
and
statements.
grace."
I'm not gonna like. You don't give yourself any rope to hang yourself with. If you
He literally said in that statement, "I hope for us to exit this marriage with style and grace," which is a funky, a Lanky Kong quote, which I assume was
I
unintentional.
don't think
but
he said
what the
style
fuck?
and grace.
I'm telling you, Ben. He said style and grace. That's the
No,
words
that's,
he used.
no, he did not say
He
style
said it,
and
goddammit.
grace. That's insanity. It's impossible.
All right, someone verify.
Yeah, someone
In
in
the comments,
will
tell
let
us
know.
comments,
who's wrong,
please.
who's right.
And to think we got onto this
He
whole
wants
tangent
to exit
by
it with
acknowledging
style and flair, just like the nanny.
Right. Not like Lanky Kong at all. Very distinct. And to think that we got into this whole tangent by acknowledging the reality that Vivziepop does in fact fuck dogs.
Yeah, well, you know.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Just look at her. You know she can see it in her eyes.
You know,
That's
bro.
not
What was
nice.
that?
You
What
can
was that,
see it
like,
in her eyes
okay.
and in her yes, it's not a value judgment. It's neutral.
Right,
It's
of
not
course.
bad or good that Vivziepop obviously is
All
a white girl
cultures
who
are
fucks
equally
dogs.
beautiful.
It's just a fact.
All right. Well, anyway, let's move on to our next voicemail, shall we? This one is from. Let me see. Oh, it's Coomer's Rise Up is our title. Let's hear what they have to say for themselves. Go.
There was this guy last week talking about how he has so much willpower because he did No Nut November. Well, as a proud Coomer, I just want to say that I have coomed every fucking day of my life because I'm not a little bitch. I have so much willpower that I'm constantly cooming nonstop. I am hashtag nut never never because I'm never not nutting. You're a little bitch and a little bitch, and as Endless Jess would say, a little bitch.
He would say
There
that.
it is. Well,
You do your people a service.
What do we make-
With your,
what do we
with
make
your
of
advocacy?
Makes sense to
I'm
me.
convinced.
in support, I
I'm-
guess.
Yeah,
Hard support.
it's
Coomer's
Proud
uh,
of
Rise
your
Up.
boy.
I'm so proud of my Coomer boy. All right, well, obviously he's won us all over. Voice Grail, we'll come back to that later. All right, let's go to our next one, which is the Muppet Hater. Right, okay, the Muppet Hater is calling in. What does he have to say? Let's find out.
Brothers, I have one question to ask you. When you guide your thumbs down the cues of your selection of YouTube videos that you can spend your time watching in the most skillful and masterful and expert way possible,
Right.
Right.
That's it.
how
that's
do
it.
we keep falling for Arlo fucking videos? How many times am I going to let this blue motherfucker tell me that I want more Paper Mario when ain't no more Paper Mario coming down the fucking pipeline, and tell me how he's about but Pikmin 4 when ain't no goddamn Pikmin 4 in a billion years? How long are we gonna put up with this bullshit? It's been since 2013. How long are we gonna let this blue puppet dictate our lives? Rise up!
Getting away with it.
Rise up!
Well,
Listen.
the problem is you hit the three buttons, the three dots, and then say don't recommend this channel, and then it goes away.
Arlo?
That's the only way.
Arlo
I've
taught me
never
a great
clicked on an
a
Arlo
great
video.
keto pizza crust recipe, so I can't hate it. I can't hate him. I can't do it.
well,
I
that's
have no
fair.
choice but to stand.
You know, I think I might just like figure out how
Subscribe.
to make figure out how to make a Muppet puppet of my own. But RedMan, so RedMan will fight Arlo
Ooh, yeah,
that
as,
would be
as
so
being
cool.
the red guy, and he'll be like, I like video games. Duh.
Fuck you, idiot. I hate video games.
I unironically
That sounds
endorse
great.
this opinion.
Can you please make a YouTube channel for RedMan?
RedMan
And have
has
him review video games?
RedMan has a channel where he reviews video games. He reviewed Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Remember
What
that?
the fuck?
Oh,
When?
yeah. Oh, my
Now I
God.
don't
Can you
remember
get the link
this.
to that? Because I forget about that. I
Uh,
think I...
type in
I
RedMan
want
into
that.
Google
I
and
like
see what comes up.
Can Redman review the classic Showa Tokusatsu series called Redman?
That does sound like a
Wait.
winner.
Yeah, maybe.
There is a channel called RedMan who has a video called Pokemon Facts, OSM Fact
No,
Galaxy,
that's
Red
not it.
Fact 1, Fact RedMan. Well, how many fucking facts? Oh
I
my
don't know
god,
what
it's
that
like
is, but
fucking
that sounds
insane.
awesome as well.
It's the,
Link that, Ben.
Guys,
Link
look
that
at
as
this.
well.
what the fuck is this? This is incredible. Okay, I love this.
Post the damn... Okay, here it is.
Like,
Pokemon... ooh.
actually
Whoa.
watch this. Actually watch this fucking video. Holy
Doing
shit.
it. I'm
Oh,
watching it right
God.
now.
Oh! Ooh, that's not English. Not a fan.
Definitely
No
not.
thanks.
What I
Oh my
was
god, I got a collab. We got a collab, by the way.
You have to
Right,
collab.
this is Redman reviews Pokemon Let's Go.
Okay, excellent.
That legendary
looking great.
icon I haven't seen in so long.
I forgot about this.
These facts do not have anything to do with Pokemon, by the way.
Why is there a guy with a pin stuck in his collar, like pointing directly at his jugular vein? What is the fact?
Why
Is this like a blood fact or something?
What is this?
Oh, God.
makes me so happy. Okay.
Okay, please collab the two RedMan.
Hey guys,
I'd
sorry,
appreciate
I've
that very
never
much.
made a video.
All right, go watch these incredible videos, everybody.
God, RedMan's so
you
funny.
won't regret it.
Is he just he's just gradually getting wider?
It's the simple things. All right, next voicemail. Let's go. We got a couple more. All right, guys, I'm proud to announce
Guys,
that
please, people at home, watch.
yeah.
I mean, definitely watch Red reviews, but also please watch Red Facts with Pokemon Facts with RedMan.
Yes.
Red Fact 1
Both are
OSM
important.
Fact Galaxy.
Wait,
will
look
not-
at the description. RedMan, some sort of Arabic or whatever. Welcome to RedMan channel. Also, RedMan here. Red Scribe here.
you got a red scribe, everybody.
Everyone, Red Scribe,
wow.
and he links to a channel that does not exist.
Damn.
When was this? This was posted like a month ago. This is like new.
Oh my god, is it based on the lore?
Is it
Oh,
based?
it's
Oh,
based.
it's based.
Okay.
It's based for no doubt.
Oh, it has
no doubt.
1 like. Well, guess what? Now it's got 2, baby.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Let's see how high we can get that.
We gotta push this.
Let's encourage him to make more.
Ugh.
All right, voicemail. As I was saying, I'm happy to announce the end of an arc, guys. It is the voicemail god final voicemail. At long last, we can wrap this up and move on with our lives. Let's hear what he has to say. Go.
Hey, what's up, PCP? It's your voicemail god.
Hello.
Here to explain myself. So,
Finally.
basically, the whole premise of this thing, it wasn't just to randomly, oh, guess who I am. I was supposed to give you hints each week. That was the plan, at least.
Yeah,
Maybe you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
forgot or whatever. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
I
Anyways,
forgot.
Good.
Yeah,
by the time you listen to this, Nate will know who the voicemail god is. So I figured I would get the
I
cat
do.
out of the bag. Voicemail god is me. It's Sean. Sean. Nate, obviously, I think you know
everyone's
me by
favorite.
now. Ben, I always show up to your
I do.
streams and ask how today's episode of PCP was. And maybe
Oh,
even Hippo.
yeah.
I
What a
comment on the
revelation.
Oh, I know this
podcast.
guy.
You know, pretty
What?
epic.
Yeah.
Anyways, I figured,
See, that's the thing. He's a
what
he's a
better
viewer.
way to send this shit
Amazing.
out
A real
than
viewer?
recap all my voicemails over the
Okay.
past 23
All right.
episodes.
Sounds good.
So,
Let's do
I
it.
hope you're ready. Here
Clip
we
show.
go. Unironic Gang Week Guide, The OG, Zoomerdon, Idea Man, Woman, Neuro Creator Man, Woman, Rad Lectures, Retarded Hermie Frogman, Megalo Smash, Peace PSOS, Calling Out BG, Grailers and Jailers, Dictator Nate, how the fuck you pronounce? Peace
Oh
Peace
my
Shadow
God.
Puppet Master, Pick a Number, Professional Nate Trigger, Unironic Gang Week Guide, Part 1, Part 2, 5 in a row, baby, PC Pie, PC Promise, Proving Voicemail God is real once and for all, PC Purgatory Application, 119, Part 1/2, Fave Chip, Calling Out Ben Saint, Voicemail Introduction, Unironic Gang Week Guide, E-Girl, Voicemail God Redemption, and hopefully this voicemail.
Yay.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're well. Thank you.
Please
You
clap.
know, that's a lot of voicemails. That's a lot
That's,
of voicemails. He did it.
That's a lot of great memories made
But
over
I,
these
you know,
23 weeks.
It's sad to see the finale, but everyone, I'm happy to announce
Guys.
that by donating. Oh, Ben, you didn't see it, but yesterday
Huh?
there was an intense bidding war in the Nuzlocke for the name of my rival. The Ben Saint Socialism Boys were going hard to try to get the rival named Ben Saint, but alas, capitalism won out. By donating over 100 of his own dollars, the voicemail god has become the rival in the Heart Gold.
Fuck you, buddy.
He went ham, man. He
That's fucking
sold.
gay as hell, and I'm
He-
not
he
gonna
kicked
take
ass.
it anymore.
Oh, but you'll be happy to know, Ben, that because you were like the next donation down, Ben Saint has become a lowly hoot hoot who will almost surely be boxed instantly
That's so
for the entirety
bad
of the
and
run.
dumb, and it would have been way better for me to be the rival. And I hate you, Sean. Don't ever fucking come around here anymore.
Don't underestimate hoot
upside-
hoots though. They can like hypnosis,
They can toot toot.
sleep.
That's
Like,
true.
oh, they can, dude. Every time, yeah, he can hypnosis, dude. Have Ben Saint the Hoot Hoot use hypnosis to fucking cheese your way through every battle.
Perhaps I will.
Just keep
Perhaps
doing
I
it
will.
until he dies. Just go hard.
That's okay. We've got the endorsement. Kill Ben Saint the hoot hoot. Understood. We'll do.
Do not
okay,
switch
moving
him out
on.
under any circumstances.
Let me see. We've got another one here. This one's in keeping with the season as well. This is a very procrastinated Christmas. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, and go.
It's 2018 Christmas.
Okay, before I start, Ben, you're gonna have to leave the room. Trust me on this. It's for your own good.
Should I actually?
Of course. No.
Okay.
Pretend that you did.
Okay, guys, Christmas is right around the corner, and we all gotta talk about Ben's gift. So what's gonna happen is tomorrow we're gonna do the communist revolution.
Whoa.
But we're gonna keep it way on the down low so Ben doesn't find out. And then on Christmas morning, we'll be doing our usual Christmas tradition. You know, watching End of Evangelion in our PJs and drinking our eggnog flavored Huel, eating our Cheeto cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
This time when the song's playing, well, I'll turn to Ben and Digit'll say, "Hey Ben, you know what else came tumbling down over the weekend?" And Ben will be all confused and go like, "What?" And then Nate, smiling big, will say, "Capitalism, bro." Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
fucking
Ben.
Christmas.
Fade to black. Hey Ben, you're good to come back in now.
And
He didn't hear a
God bless us.
Okay, well then
everyone.
later, guys.
Damn.
Let's make this a good one. Happy
We will.
holidays.
Happy Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa.
I won't tell anyone that I heard it all. I'm just gonna be
They'll
sitting
never
there on
know.
Christmas morning. I'm just gonna be like smugly looking at the chimney, like, oh yeah, I totally don't know. There's an extra present waiting for me. It's the fucking end of Fight Club out the window right now.
I was gonna say, yeah. We open the door and the financial institutions are collapsing one by one. What a wonderful, heartwarming time that'll be. I can't wait for Karl Marx to come down our chimney in his traditional red. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it'll be like. That's pretty much it. Sweet
all right, then,
communist, the communist daughter.
Who knew that Santa Claus was Karl Marx the whole time?
I suspected
I
it,
think
but I
we
never had the
all
courage.
we all in our hearts we knew all along.
He does take from no one and give to
He gives to everyone according to their need.
according to their $1,000 dividend. yearly. Yes,
according
thank
to
you.
All right. I would like
right.
to start a potential news segment of the PCP. This is a trial run.
Okay.
It's
Whoa.
called The Cool Drawing That I Posted on Twitter this week.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, I saw this. I like this. It was looking excellent.
Pump is particularly aesthetic, and I dig it.
Yes. Oh, I like the last
What's
one.
the cowboy's name? The girl?
Clarissa.
Clarissa.
She's gonna explain it all via bullets. It's gonna be great.
What's the last one?
That's a dead guy.
Hell yeah.
My
It gives
favorite.
me like Samurai Jack vibes. I like it.
Yeah, he's very much one of those kinds.
His leg looks a little
I was
fucked
just
up.
sort of doodling, and it was like, hey, you know what? I can doodle now. It's like a thing. It's like a skill I have, and it's good.
I imagine Pump is very vulnerable to that rain, so keep that hood on, sis. Don't want to die yet again. An alley-oop with that football. She's going to alley-oop that. Definitely for the touchdown. Can't wait. Can't wait. Very
It
excited.
looks like a big ass smile, but I know it's not. It's like it's the thing with the helmet, right?
Oh, it's like a weird
mouth
big smile with
guard.
big thick
Oh,
lips.
don't make me think about that. Don't make me consider that possibility.
All right, next voicemail. We've got.
I
one.
thought
Let
that
me
was
see.
the end of the voicemails. I was going to do the
Yeah.
segment afterwards.
We have two. We have two more, as it happens. This one is what is this? Okay. So this is The True Chronicles of an American Hero, and this is a good one. He had left 3, but I thought this was the best one, episode 1. And you could leave one next time, but 3 in a row would be too many for one episode. So feel free to leave more, but only one this time. Okay. True Chronicles of an American Hero, episode 1, commence.
It's Friday night. I'm chilling upstairs in my man cave as the red-pilled MGTOW icon I am,
Right.
listening to my favorite group of sexy twinks talking their alt-right podcast, the PCP.
Yeah.
Suddenly
Got
I
it.
hear a noise, like the screams of 2 Palestinian children as Gal Gadot stands over their broken bodies. I zoom down the stairs and find a masked man dressed somewhere in between a pimp and a Civil War reenactor, lead pipe in hand. He's broken through my door and is coming for me. But I have a trick up my sleeve. I pull out my trusty slap bracelet I keep in my underwear at all times and slice open his neck, the blood
God.
covering the entire neighborhood. While I'm going through his wallet after I absorb his experience points of cocaine, I find his address. I put those crack perk points in the stealth and bomb over to his house where his mom is waiting. She tries to seduce me when she sees my striking masculine form, but I say the gamer word of power, and the entire house is wiped out of existence, reduced to rubble that smells like a mixture of sweat and broccoli. It's then I return home and finish my podcast like a true American hero.
Yeah! Woo!
Yeah.
All right.
A true tale
what a
of
legend.
heroism. What? Yeah.
That's America in a nutshell.
That's
Way to go, dude.
I'm proud of your boy.
The only thing that would have made that better is if he donated to the patreon.com/PCP. I mean, the Pro Crastinators.
Hey, once that American podcast is done, why not sit back with some good old fashioned Minecraft?
Indeed. Patreon.com/PCP Minecraft,
We can't
everybody.
accommodate that need.
Naturally. Well, leave more because that was great. But make them good, or I will not play them. Okay. Anyway, we've got one more. Now, this may sound redundant to everybody. So this is from a guy named Tom. This is from Tom.
That's pretty redundant.
and
I don't think we need another.
It's pretty
one.
redundant.
Yeah, one's enough.
This is a longer than normal voicemail that was sent to me. He actually sent like a link through the SpeakPipe. He like the email address or like his name was a link to like the full file. So you can do that too, by the way. It actually worked out well. But it's like several minutes long, and I'll stop it short if you want. But I'm happy to play the full thing if everybody likes it. So if we wanted to stop it, just let me know and I'll cut it off. But I think you'll enjoy it. So here we go. This is from Tom. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hey, procrastinators. This is Tom. There's been something I've been meaning to get off my chest for quite some time now. So I think it's about time I say it, and the only way I know how. Through Vocaloid parody song. Enjoy.
Yes.
Oh, I want to sit down and relax. I'll put on the PCP. I don't want to hear that bullshit that makes me on MTV. There is just one problem though. There's one member with no soul. I think we all know who the one I hate is, Ben saying fuck you.
That's not where I thought I was going. No more.
The podcast has some small flaws, maybe so, but then you're the worst of all. An incel from head to toe. Digi is an asshole, Fitz Truman Cheese, autistic cat. Best guy's brother is Ben Saint. Aurora Mage is a woman. These are just some surface flaws. I can't just move past them all. He's worse than Jeff Boo. Ben Saint BSJW.
Oh boy.
All right, there's more.
Let me tell you all the ways that Ben Saint is a little bitch. Every PCP episode is his personal sales pitch. And how good thief who stole Nate's sick J's. He is worse than the Third Reich. You only hear his stupid bitching through his shitty USB mic. He is cancer incarnate. The inverse of hypocrite with a hairdo. The one I hate is Ben saying fuck you. You, Ben Saint. Don't believe him when he talks about politics. He's the Antichrist and will bring the apocalypse. Nuclear holocaust. Humanity ever lost. Ben's not who he seems to be. He's Satan secretly. Before he evolves, someone kill him quickly. The Antichrist is not slain while he looks like a man-child. It will be too late for us all our innocent defiled. His patrons used for sin to wake his evil within. The end is in full view. Kill Ben Saint before he kills you.
Yeah!
You did kill Ben Saint before he kills you.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Ben smartest guy killed Bensane before he kills you. Jesse killed Bensane
Is he gonna do them all?
he kills you. Munchie killed Bensane before he kills you. Hippo killed Bensane.
More. I can't get enough.
All right, we're fading. Yeah, okay.
Wow,
there
I'm
it is.
feeling the holiday spirit now.
Tom,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Why was that
There it is.
so
Okay.
epic? I've never
That
been
is
more
so-
flattered than I was.
It's
to
so
be-
amazing. How did they do that?
He like made it with a Vocaloid
That
or some
sounded
shit.
like
so
an
good.
actual
Whole song.
Vocaloid, not like a Utao or Utao.
He said a Vocaloid. By the way, this guy's name is Tom. He asked us to kindly link his YouTube channel with like 117 subs. I watch. He makes memes. He is a funny guy. Go check this guy out. Link in the description or something. Incredible!
Is
Like he
that-
put so much work
is
into that.
song-
He made that
is
whole
that
thing.
song a video? Can I like tweet that or something?
It actually, I looked. It's not a video on his channel, but you should make a video out of it, Tom. By as soon as you hear this,
Let
so
me
we
share-
can
I
put it in
wanna
the
share it.
description.
Why
I
does
wanna
Ben
share it
have
on my
two
social media
songs of
platforms.
high quality
Yeah.
about him now?
It's
What is it? What is it about
I'm
Ben that
still-
inspires such creativity?
I don't know. It's the rage.
It's
the
me, you
fierce
know. That's
hatred.
It's you know. I'm a divisive figure, right?
guess so.
Everyone's got to have a take on Ben Sane.
You'd rather what is it? Yeah, it's better to be hated than not to be remembered at all.
Yeah.
You know, something like
That's
that.
it. And that's
And,
what I'm going for.
And also, I said it would. That's two parodies of Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" this very fucking episode. But it is the quintessential Christmas song, and Christmas is in a few short days. So, I
so,
guess
like,
we'll leave it at
next
that.
PCP that people will be hearing, not the one we'll be recording, but people will be hearing, will be the last PCP of the year.
Yes.
I
yes.
will not be present, sadly, for real this time. I will most
okay.
definitely.
Oh.
Tickets
Oh,
are
no.
bought. I will not be present. Yeah, so people who are going to send in voicemails, just know your voicemail will be on the last PCP of the year. So make it good.
That's true,
Make
yes.
it amazing.
Well
make
said,
it
Maze.
make it all Mariah Carey parodies.
And you know what? This is actually very useful. Okay, so it's hard for people, like a couple people actually, Centerpoint send me his like on Discord or whatever. Don't do that. Put a link to it on SpeakPipe, like from a SoundCloud, or like you can put the URL exactly the way Tom did. He's pioneering new smart things. His actual voicemail was like hey, just Nate, so you know, this is like a link, so you can click on this link and get the audio. Like that works perfectly. Do that. That was convenient and easy to do. It was great. It was great. So keep the quality coming, everybody. Incredible work, Tom. Incredible work, Centerpoint. We appreciate your song as well. Everybody else, good stuff. Quality voicemails today. I was enjoying most of them. And so SpeakPipe, link down below to leave your voicemails.
All those.
And of course, yeah.
All those Mariah Carey "All I Want for Christmases" reminds me of this one video, which I would have linked in the show notes for people to listen to. It is a TF2 parody of "All I Want for Christmas," and it's really funny. I listen to it every year.
I hear it. I'm gonna play this for the fam on Christmas Day as we all jam out. Oh, this is great. I love it. So there you go, everybody. Get in the Christmas spirit. I am.
I'm in it now for sure.
Or your holiday denomination of choice, whatever it may be. And right, Patreon. Why not get in the true giving spirit and go to patreon.com/theprocrastinators. Support the show, and we will give you a gift of bonus episodes. There's 32, 33 will be out pretty soon. We already know what's going to be. Recording it soon. And it's going to be a great time. You can follow us at TBCrastinators on Twitter for updates and whatnot. And anything else? No, just give us more money. That's really the long and short of it. Play Minecraft with us, patreon.com/PCBMinecraft for the streams, etc., etc. And that's it. And voicemails, of course. All right, thanks for being here, everybody.
Yeah.
See ya after Christmas. Have a great week. Have a great time. And have fun.
And don't
see you then,
don't
everybody.
kill me before I kill you, everyone.
You better do it, like the
You
song
can't.
says. See you then.
You can't do it.
Bye.